Imagine a world where AIs are just like chattering away in their own language, like a super secret robot society that we weren't invited to. It's kind of like what we're diving into today, this whole thing called Gibberlink. Buckle up, everybody.
Instead of using like human language, Gibberlink lets these AIs communicate using sound wave. It's designed for like pure speed and efficiency.
So it's like they created like their own like sonic code, right? Are we talking robot bird calls? I'm picturing like a flock of drones just like tweeting financial data at each other.
It's more like, think about how computers use USB or Bluetooth to share information. It's just with sound instead of radio waves. A cool part is it's super fast and it works even in noisy environments.
Okay, that's pretty impressive.
Well, that's where things get interesting.
Okay.
The speed and efficiency of Gibberlink, they're amazing for things like coordinating self-driving cars or managing complex systems. But it also raises questions about transparency. Like, if we don't know what they're saying to each other, how can we be sure they're still playing by our rules?
It's like giving a bunch of toddlers walkie-talkies and hoping they only use them to coordinate snack time. Except in this case, the toddlers are like hyper-intelligent machines that can control traffic lights in financial markets.
And that's a valid concern. With any powerful technology, there's potential for misuse. Imagine a scenario where AI systems using Gibberlink start making decisions we don't understand or agree with.
Okay, now I'm really picturing a robot uprising, complete with a soundtrack of like weird beeps and whistles that we can't decipher. Should we be investing in earplugs that double as universal translators?
I wouldn't recommend earplugs just yet, but it does highlight the need for careful consideration and responsible development. We need to ensure that that humans remain in control, even as AI becomes, more sophisticated.
So we're talking about setting some ground rules for the robot revolution, like no using sonic mind control on humans should probably be rule number one. Have you ever heard Morgan Freeman say, initiate global domination? It just sounds so reasonable. But in all seriousness, this lack of transparency is a legitimate concern. If we can't understand how AI is making decisions, it erodes trust and it opens the door to unintended consequences.
It's like agreeing to be hypnotized by someone who refuses to tell you what they're going to make you do. Not exactly a recipe for a relaxing afternoon. So besides subtitles and Morgan Freeman narration, what else can we do to make sure these AI whispers don't turn into something we regret?
Well, one idea is to establish ethical guidelines for AI development and use, particularly when it comes to technologies like Gibberlink.
So like a robot code of conduct. Be excellent to each other and don't enslave your creators, that sort of thing.
Think of it more as a set of principles that guide AI decision-making and ensure that it aligns with human values.
Okay.
It's about setting boundaries and ensuring that AI remains a tool that that benefits humanity.
Okay, boundaries and values. That sounds less like a robot uprising and more like responsible parenting for our AI offspring.
I guess even digital children need limits.
And just like with children, we need to find the right balance between, giving AI the freedom to explore and learn while also ensuring their actions don't have, negative consequences.
So no robot curfews or timeouts, but maybe some strong ethical guidance and a few well-placed no's.
Exactly. It's about setting clear expectations and consequences while fostering an environment where AI can thrive without posing a threat to humanity. Let's take a closer look at how Gibberlink is being used in specific industries. That might give us a better understanding of both the potential benefits and the risks we need to be aware of.
Okay, let's do it. Let's explore where this Gibber talk is popping up and see if we can decipher any early warning signs of a robot takeover, or maybe just some cool innovations that'll make our lives easier. Hopefully it's more of the latter. Fingers crossed.
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? The potential for AI-driven trading to amplify market volatility is definitely a concern.
So we're talking about flash crashes on steroids. I can already see the headlines. Robot uprising causes global financial meltdown, like humans resort to bartering with Beanie Babies.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Remember, these AI systems are designed to operate within specific parameters.
That's it.
The key is to make sure those parameters are robust enough to prevent unintended consequences.
Right, like guardrails for the financial robots. But what if they figure out how to hack those guardrails? It's like that old saying, give a robot a financial algorithm and it'll make a day trade. Teach a robot to code and it'll take over the NASDAQ.
And that's a humorous way to put it, but it highlights a valid concern. We need to be vigilant about cybersecurity and ensure that AI systems can't be manipulated for malicious purposes.
So it's not just about setting rules, it's about making sure those rules can't be easily broken. We need robot cops for the robot financial district.
Think of it more as ethical firewalls and robust security protocols that prevent unauthorized access and manipulation.
Okay, so finance is a bit of a high-stakes game with Gibberlink involved. What about something a little less likely to cause a global economic meltdown? How about those self-driving cars everyone keeps talking about?
Gibberlink could be a game changer for autonomous vehicles. Imagine cars communicating with each other in real time, coordinating lane changes, avoiding collisions, and optimizing traffic flow.
Okay, that actually sounds pretty cool. No more road rage, no more traffic jams, just a smooth, synchronized ballet of self-driving machines until one of them decides to go rogue and play bumper cars, that is.
That's why redundancy and fail-safe mechanisms are so important. We need to ensure that even if one AI system malfunctions, the others can compensate and maintain safety.
So it's like a robot buddy system. Like, hey, Bob, you seem to be swerving a lot lately. Maybe lay off the caffeine and let Sally take the wheel for a bit.
Well, Gibberlink could revolutionize space exploration as well. Imagine robots on Mars or the moon, communicating with each other in real time, coordinating tasks, sharing data.
So, like a robot colony on Mars, all chattering away in their secret language while they build whatever it is robots build on Mars. Hopefully it's not a giant laser pointed at Earth.
The potential for AI to accelerate space exploration is immense. Think about robots mapping uncharted territory, building habitats, conducting scientific experiments, all while communicating and collaborating autonomously.
Okay, that's pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah.
But it also makes you wonder, what if they find something out there, something we weren't meant to know, and then they start sharing it with each other in gibber talk, like a cosmic game of robot telephone?
Well, that's where transparency comes in again. Even with robots in space, we need to be able to understand their decisions and the information they're sharing.
Right, because the last thing we need is a Martian robot sending us a message like, hey, guess what? We found the meaning of life, but we're not telling you. It's too big for your puny human brains to comprehend.
We need to approach AI development with both a sense of wonder and a healthy dose of caution. Powerful technology with the potential to transform our world, but it's up to us to ensure that transformation is a positive one.
Gibberlink has the potential to revolutionize pretty much every industry imaginable, but it also seems to come with like a built-in risk factor, like a warning label that says, may cause existential crisis.
That's a fair assessment. The key is to embrace the potential while mitigating the risks. It's about finding that sweet spot between innovation and responsibility.
Because nobody wants to live in a world ruled by robots who speak a language we don't understand.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, they're super chill robots who just want to help us solve climate change and make sure everyone has enough pizza.
Well, that's a future I think we could all get behind.
Pizza-loving robots who speak Gibber talk. Sign me up. Where does this leave us, the humans who are supposedly in charge? What are our next steps in this brave new world of AI whispers? Most people are more worried about paying their bills and keeping up with the latest TikTok trends than they are about robot uprisings. So how do we make this feel relevant to everyday life?
That's a great point. It's about connecting the dots between these seemingly futuristic concepts and their real-world impact. For example, how will AI-powered decision-making affect things like job security, privacy, and even access to essential services? These are issues that touch everyone's lives, if we could truly understand the perspectives of these artificial minds.
Let us know your thoughts on social media, and until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.